A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo, Silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fellow. I'll Silver.
The Lone Ranger and Tonto were on their way to Cactus Gap to meet the masked man's nephew, the 14-year-old boy named Dan Reed. The shortest course lay across the Badlands, and it was there they heard the distant rumble of an impending storm.
Going to get wet, Tonto, before we reach Cactus Gap.
That's right.
It'll be worthwhile, though. This country needs rain badly. Every water hole we've passed has been dried up.
Oh, we get water just ahead.
That old faithful?
That water hole never go dry.
It's marked for that rock, isn't it? The ground is damp around it.
Well, maybe good we stop there. Build canteen.
Yes.
Silver no water close at hand.
I guess he does. Steady, old boy. You can drink all you want to now. Hold there, Silver.
Oh, got it.
Take it easy a minute. Tell the water hole is receded, Tonto. Only the center has water.
That's right.
What's the matter, boy?
Silver not want water.
Something else is bothering him.
Kimasabi.
Yes?
Footprints over there go back a rock.
We'll have a look.
There. Two fella go back a rock.
Tonto, look here. Only one man here now.
Me take look.
I don't think there's any use, Tonto. He's been dead for some time.
Him dressed like prospector.
He's been shot. Shot in the back. Be careful where you step, Tonto. Those footprints in the soft ground were probably made by the murderer. Look them over while I see if I can identify this man by anything in his pockets.
Footprints plenty sharp. Maybe we find killer.
I'm afraid those footprints aren't going to be there very long. That storm's coming close. The water hole is filled. That ground will be underwater. Poor fellow's pockets are empty.
Oh, we leave him here?
We'll build a tomb of rocks before we go on to town. I'll get our extra blanket and wrap him up.
Oh, me get it?
No, Kimasabi. You stay and study those footprints. Learn all you can about them. They're clean and deep. They should tell you the size and weight of the man who made them, how he walks, and a lot of other things.
Oh, me study print. burn plenty.
We'll have to do it quickly. That rain's coming down hard.
Kate Turnbull owned the general store in Cactus Gap. The sharp-tongued old woman was busily engaged with a large order for supplies that had been brought in by Abe Collins.
There you are, Abe. That's everything on your list. Now all you got to do is produce the cash to pay for it. Be quick about it so as I can see what this good-looking young gent is waiting for. You're a stranger in town, aren't you, Sonny?
Yes, I am. I'm supposed to meet a couple of friends here. Has anyone been asking about Dan Reed?
Nope. Is that your name?
Yes, and if a tall Indian comes in and asks for me, will you tell...
Just a minute, Dan, till I get through with Abe here. Now, what about that cash, Abe?
Well, I'll tell you, Mrs. Turnbull.
Don't tell me you got no cash.
I will have as soon as Jake gets to town.
There's wretch, Abe. That's what you told me yesterday when I let you have some stuff. Where is Jake Bevins? He's coming to town. Why don't he come?
He'll be here in a day or so.
Day or so, my. You just leave the victuals right on the counter, and when Jake gets here, in a day or so, or a week or so, or a month or so, you can come in with cash and you can get 'em.
Well, sakes alive, don't you trust me?
No.
Now look here. Me and Jake have plenty of cash. The only
I
thing
know
is...
all about that, Abe. You and your partner collected a heap of gold dust pan and streams in the hills. Jake took all that dust into Sand City to have it changed into hard cash at the bank.
That's right. And as soon as he gets back here, we'll have plenty of money.
Beats me why you had to have hard cash. Everyone around here trades in gold dust. Thunderation, dust is just as good as cash.
Yeah, but when you pay in cash, you know what it's costing you. When a man pays with dust, he can't be sure the scales that weigh out that same are on the level.
You mean to say my scales don't weigh honest?
Well, I never said no such
You
thing.
better not.
Well, now, I need them victuals. If you just trust me for a day or so,
I'll trust you when Jake gets back. All I know, he may never get back. It's a dangerous trail across the Badlands. How do I know he won't get held up and robbed somewhere along that trail? Or maybe lose the trail or run out of water or something.
Oh, nobody'd rob old Jake. As for losing the trail, he knows it backwards.
That whiskered old galoot can't be depended on. Oh, gone. Look at that crazy maverick.
Gosh, what's going on out there?
Oh, it's all right, Daniel. That's only Celebrating Sam.
Who? Who did you say that was?
Sam Bailey, the crazy galoot. We call him Celebrating Sam. He's always celebrating something or other.
Celebrating?
Yep. He wins at cards, he gets himself a new job, he figures it's cause to celebrate. And if he loses at cards or loses a job, he reins up at the nearest bar to drown his troubles. And after 4 or 5 drinks, he gets the notion he's got to celebrate for something or other and caterwauls around town like a banshee.
Hi there, Kate. What's the good word?
You, Sam Bailey?
Hey, who are your customers? Say, you don't need that lantern, do you?
Sam, stop.
Hey, how's that for shooting, Kate? Haven't lost my eye yet, have I?
You get right out of here before you bust up my place.
Oh, shucks, Kate, nothing to get mad about. I'm aiming for fun. I'm willing to pay for it. There. Does that pay for the lantern?
I reckon so.
Hey, old fella, how much would you charge me to put a bullet through that hat you're wearing, huh?
You leave me be, you loco Ranahan.
Reckon I'll shoot at it anyhow. Now stand still and you won't get hurt. I'll just...
Oh, no, you don't.
Hey, what?
Oh, I've got his arm.
Oh, stop twisting.
Grab his gun arm, mister. Hurry. I can't hold his arm much longer.
I've got it. Stop twisting. Stop twisting my arm.
Sakes alive, Abe, give me that gun. I'll take charge of it.
Yes, sir.
Now, Sam, you loco maverick, you behave yourself.
Let go of me.
Don't you raise a hand to that boy, or I'll start blazing away with your own shooting iron.
Gosh, boy, you've got a lot of nerve.
Oh, go on. I never looked for interference from you.
Don't you touch him, Sam. Don't you do it.
You've got no right to go around shooting people up like...
Calm down, lad. Calm down. Whew, Kate, I don't aim to make no trouble.
Well, see that you don't. I'll just keep this gun until tomorrow. Then maybe you can be trusted with it.
All right, Kate. Maybe that's a good idea. Say, what's your name, boy?
Dan Reed.
Well, I'd like to shake your hand. That was a downright slick hold you had in my arm. Here, shake.
Well, sure thing.
Where'd you learn to grab a hold of a man's gun arm like that and twist it up behind his back?
Well, Oh, I learned it from a friend.
Sam, I wish to goodness you'd get over this celebrating habit you've got.
Well, Kate, I've really got cause to celebrate. Look at here. I got a whole pocket full of coins. Gold coins.
Where'd you get that money?
I bumped into some slick gamblers over at the Silver Star. They built the pot up real big, figuring to clean me out. But I fooled them.
Well, if you're here to buy anything, say so. And if you're not here to buy anything, just clear out.
Yeah, I reckon I'll be going then. I don't suppose you'd reconsider. Let me have my 6-gun.
It'll be here when you come back tomorrow.
Yeah, all right, Kate. So long, Dan.
Bye.
You too, old-timer.
Goodbye. Strikes me downright funny.
What does?
Him winning gold cash from gamblers. This sure strikes me doggone funny.
He didn't seem like a bad sort.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with Sam. What you got there, Abe?
A hunk of paper. Fell out of his pocket when he took out cash to pay for your lantern.
Oh.
And say, this is important. Look at here. You take a look too, boy.
Yes, sir?
Well, what is it?
A paper wrapper the bank over to Sand City uses for wrapping up cash. Take a look at it.
I see it.
Bank at Sand City? But Sam said he got that cash gambling.
Uh-huh. And Sand City's where Jake was going to swap our dust for cash. And Jake hasn't showed up here.
Gosh, do you think...
I'm not saying what I think. Hey, look here. Has that fella Sam been out of town lately?
I don't know.
What I mean is, could he have gone to Sand City himself and got cash from the bank there?
No, I don't reckon so. Seems to me he's been around town for the last month or so.
Just what I thought.
Where you going?
To tell the sheriff something I got in my mind and ask him to look into it. And if what I suspect is true, there's a certain fella in this town that's going to have a heap to explain and no cause to celebrate.
A few minutes after Abe Collins left the store to report to the sheriff, Tonto came into town and met Dan Reed. The two paused near the hitch rail.
What is it, Tonto?
Footprint here on the ground. Take better look.
Is the Lone Ranger nearby?
I'm in camp outside town.
Why are you interested in that footprint?
We find dead man near waterhole.
Which waterhole?
Big one between here, Sand City.
Sand City? Oh, gosh.
What matter?
Oh, I wonder. There was a man in the store. His name was Abe Collins. His partner had gone to Sand City to trade some gold dust in on hard cash. Do you suppose his partner's the man you found?
You know what feller looked like?
No, but he was old. His name was Jake Bevan.
Oh. We find initials on belt.
What initials?
J.B. Pockets empty. Where's your horse?
Victor's in the livery stable. Shall I go get him?
You go get him plenty quick. We go tell Lone Ranger about Jake Bevan.
Is that all you know about Jake Bevan, Dan?
Well, yes, sir. That's about all. But golly, I can't believe that Celebrating Sam killed him.
Celebrate? Who's he?
Well, he came into the store while I was there. He had a lot of cash he said he'd wanted gambling. But there was a paper in his pocket.
In his pocket?
Abe Collins picked it up after he left. It was a paper that came from the Sand City Bank. The kind they wrap around money.
I see.
Wasn't there some kind of evidence to point to the man who committed the murder? Tracks or something?
Yes, there were tracks there, Dan. Very clear footprints.
Well,
But
then...
they're not there now.
Oh.
By this time, the rain has filled that water hole, and the tracks are gone forever.
Oh, golly. There should be something we could do.
There is. We're going to try to make the murderer betray himself.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue our story. The Lone Ranger was keenly interested in what Dan had to tell about Abe Collins and his suspicions that Celebrating Sam had stolen gold. Sam went into the office of the sheriff in response to a message.
I heard you wanted to see me, Sheriff.
That's right, Sam. Abe here has something on his mind. He wouldn't tell me what it was until I got in touch with you.
What's the matter, old-timer? You mad because I had ideas of shooting a hole in your hat?
That's not it.
Well, what is it?
Sheriff, I didn't mention what was on my mind because I wanted you to see this ornery snake's face when I told you about it.
What?
Go on, talk.
All right, then, Sheriff. Take a look at this.
Yeah? It isn't anything but a piece of paper with the bank's name on it.
The bank at Sand City.
Uh-huh.
And this polecat here dropped it on the floor of Kate Turnbull's store.
What?
I picked it up myself.
That's a lie.
Ain't neither. I can prove it by Kate herself. There was a boy in the store at the same time. He seen me pick it up. Find him and Kate, and they'll tell you the same.
Where'd I get a paper like that?
You got it after you killed my partner and stole the cash he was carrying.
Why, you...
Break it up. He killed Jake.
Quiet here. Where's Jake's body?
Ask that critter.
You can't charge a man with murder unless you can show the body of the victim. Now, maybe you've got evidence against Sam, and maybe you haven't. But unless you show me where Jake is, I can't make an arrest.
Are you arresting me or aren't you? Because if you're not, I'm leaving here.
Jail him. You've got to jail him.
But don't you see how I can't? Maybe I can suspicion him, but like I just said, that's not enough.
Well, then what? Who's that Indian?
I don't know, Abe. He's a stranger to me.
Me want talk to the sheriff.
Who are you, anyhow?
Me Tonto.
Well, what's on your mind?
Me come from Sand City. Me find dead man. Him shot through back.
Hey, what do you look like, Tonto?
Him old feller. Plenty beard, no hair on top of head.
Sheriff, that's Jake. That's my partner. I know doggone well it is.
Where is this dead man?
Me not tell yet.
What? What do you mean by that?
We'll make you tell where you found him.
Me find killer. Maybe law pay reward, huh?
Now, look here, Redskin. If you know where this dead man is, you'd better tell the law.
Well, what about reward money?
I'll see that you're paid for the information.
Tonto, you'd better tell me where you found this dead man.
Me find killer.
Just how are you going to find the killer?
Old man maybe not die right way. Me get clue.
What kind of a clue?
Message left from ground.
What was the message?
Me not tell.
Now, look here. I can throw you in jail for withholding information from the law.
Well, you put Tonto in jail, you never find killer.
I'll find him sooner or later. And when I do, if it turns out you've withheld information from him, I can charge you with being what's called an accessory after the fact.
How much reward you pay for killer?
I told you I'd give you something for the information you got.
Me think it over. Maybe find killer here in town.
Hold on there, Redskin. Come back here.
Sheriff, don't let him get away.
Tonto!
You not put Tonto in jail.
He's got a gun.
You dare to hold a gun on me, by thunder.
Me see you by and by.
Well, all left.
Get him up, Stone.
Come back here! Come back here, I tell you!
Sheriff, he said his name was Tonto.
Why'd you let him get away?
What about his name, Abe? You know him?
I just remembered. The boy, Dan Reed. The one who was in Kate's store a little while ago. He was waiting for an Indian named Tonto.
I'm going after that Indian. I'm going to make him talk. Meantime, Sam, you better stay here in town in case I come back with reason to throw you in jail.
I got no cause to run out. I didn't kill no one.
I'll see that he don't get away, Sheriff.
All right, Abe. You keep an eye on him. I'm going after that Redskin. Get up there.
The sheriff was in the saddle and underway before Tonto was out of sight at the end of the town's main street. The lawman couldn't seem to overtake the Indian, but he kept the paint horse in sight for a couple of miles across the open country between the town and a thick stand of timber. The lawman slowed his horse as he entered the woods. He became wary on guard against a trap. But he was reassured when he saw the Indians some distance ahead.
I can see you. Get back here, I'll open fire.
Right up, Sheriff.
What the...
That's a warning. I said right up.
Who there? Who there? Who?
I'm sorry this is necessary.
Mass, by thunder. What sort of a game is this?
I want to talk to you.
You can't
Hit
get...
the ground without going for a gun.
Are you in cahoots with that redskin?
Yes?
I figured there was something flimsy about the way he hedged when I tried to pin him down to a story. I suppose it was all lies about him finding a man that had been killed.
Oh, that was no lie.
Hey, he's going right on. If you two are working together, why don't he double back and help you handle me?
I won't need any help for that. My camp is over to the left. You go ahead, I'll follow you.
My horse.
I'll lead it. Now, get going. All right, boy, come on.
Misty, you're piling up a lot of trouble for yourself. I don't know what there is to the story about a dead man, but I do know you're interfering with the law. And for that, you're going to pay.
Whether I'm interfering with the law or not is a question, Sheriff. You may decide I'm helping you.
Helping me? Yeah. Well, so that's your camp ahead, eh? I'd say it's pretty well hid.
It is.
So there's 3 in your party, eh?
Well, that boy's name is Dan Reed. Is everything set, Dan?
Yes.
Doggone, you're no more than a boy.
Are the canteens filled?
Yes, sir.
Put one on the sheriff's horse.
Right.
What's that? Canteen.
We're going on a trip, Sheriff. We'll need water. It's quite a ride from here to the water hole.
Water hole? What water hole?
If you're going to run down a killer, you've got to go to the scene of the crime.
Look here, mister. Just what do you know about the murder?
When Tonto called at your office, he said just what I told him to say.
Yeah?
He told you we found a dead man on the trail between here and Sand City.
Yes.
And when he talked to you in your office, there were 2 men in there with you.
How do you know that?
Because I was outside of the office at the time.
Well, of all that... You mean to say you came right into town wearing that mask?
I kept off the main street. I was at your back window.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Now, one of the 2 men in your office is a murderer. Tonto let him believe that there was an important clue at the scene of the killing.
Is there?
There was. The rain washed it away. But the murderer doesn't know that. I'm hoping he'll go to the water hole to destroy that clue. If he does, you'll be there to catch him.
Say, is this on the level? Are you really trying to help me?
What do you think?
I'd like to think so, but I don't savvy. What's in it for you?
You may find that out before we're through. Dan, you'll have to stay here and watch the camp.
I will, but I'd sure like to be with you.
Not this time, Dan. Steady there, Silver. Oh, I'm letting you keep your gun, Sheriff. You may need it.
You're trusting me a long way, mister. How do you know I won't take the first chance to pull it on you?
You're being watched. Steady. Easy, big fella. All right, hit that saddle and ride.
All right. Get up here.
Come on, Silver.
The recent rain had filled Old Faithful to the brim. The water hole was wide and extended almost to the large rocks that surrounded it and the cairn that had been built over Jake's body near the rocks. Abe Collins approached the cairn and dismounted.
Ho there, boy. Ho.
He was surprised when Tonto stepped from behind one of the larger rocks.
You, Tonto.
Me here. You come to see what clue tell name a killer, huh?
Well, what are you doing here anyway?
You hear what me tell sheriff. Me tell him me find killer. You killer.
Me? Now, see here. What makes you think I'm the killer? Jake was my partner. Why would I kill him?
Me see footprint near dead man. Footprint same as you make.
Yeah? Well, you show me those footprints. I don't believe a word of it. How could I make footprints if I wasn't here?
How you know where murder take place, huh?
Huh? What was that you say?
Only killer know where to find body. And you killer.
So you figured to try and trap me, eh?
Ah.
You thought you could capture a killer and collect a reward for yourself, is that it?
That right?
Well, Tonto, you're barking up the wrong tree. There's a footprint right there in the ground, but it's not like mine. Look right where I'm pointing. You'll see it.
Why, me not see
Eh?
footprint.
And you won't.
Huh? What?
Watch yourself. Don't move fast or I'll shoot right now instead of giving you a chance to talk.
You play trick on Tonto, huh?
Sure, I played a trick on you. You ought to know better than to try to outwit Abe Collins. Now get this, Redskin. I'm going to shoot you. You're going to die. It can be quick and painless. It can be slow and mighty hard, depending on what you say.
Oh, what you want Tonto say?
I want to know if you told anyone else about finding my footprints. You want the truth. Now speak up and give me a straight answer.
Well, me tell masked man.
Masked man?
Yes. Would you like to meet him?
What the? Oh!
That's enough shooting.
Sheriff!
That's right, Collins. I was right behind the rocks with the masked man. I guess I heard all this necessary.
Now wait, Sheriff. Listen to me. It's all lies.
Save it, Collins. Save it for your trial. I'm taking you into custody for the murder of Jake Bevins. That in itself is bad enough, but you went even farther. You wanted to see Sam hang for your crime. You were willing to kill this Indian so he wouldn't tell what he knew. Well, there's 2 points that'll make it mighty hard for you to get any sympathy from the jury.
My arm is busted, Sheriff. I can't argue with you now. I can't even think straight. The pain is killing me.
I'll fix that arm up before I take you back. It'd be a shame if you was to die of pain and cheat the hangman after all the Lone Ranger did to prove you guilty.
Who?
That masked man over there fixing the mount. I couldn't figure out why he was interested in solving a crime when there was nothing in it for him. Till I heard him call his horse by name.
Come on, Silver.
You hear that? As soon as he called that horse Silver, I asked him if he was a Lone Ranger. And he couldn't deny it.
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
You've been listening to the OTR Gold Network. Find more classic radio at otrgold.com.